Hey, friends. You know, most people hear the phrase an eye for an eye and assume it means if someone hurts me, I have the right to hurt them back. Now, that is not what it meant. In the ancient world, revenge often went far beyond the original offense. One person caused an injury, and then the entire family might be attacked in return. One insult could begin a conflict that continued for generations. The law saying an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth was meant to stop that escalation. It placed a limit on punishment. The consequence could not be greater than the offense. It was a rule of restraint, not a command to seek revenge. Then Jesus took the lesson further. He said, "You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth." He then taught his followers not to repay evil with more evil. Jesus was not saying that wrongdoing should be ignored. He was not saying that crime should go unpunished, or that victims should remain silent, or that people should stay in abusive and dangerous situations. Jesus was teaching one clear lesson. Do not let what someone did to you determine what kind of person you become. There's a difference between justice and revenge. Justice says this was wrong and it must be stopped. Revenge says you hurt me, so now I want to hurt you. Now, justice protects people, exposes the truth, creates boundaries, and brings appropriate consequences. Revenge is personal. Revenge wants another person to suffer because we have suffered, and that difference matters. You see, you can forgive someone and still hold them accountable. You can forgive and still walk away. You can forgive and still report a crime. You can forgive and still refuse to trust someone who has shown no evidence of change. Forgiveness does not mean pretending that nothing happened. It means refusing to spend the rest of your life trying to punish someone in your mind. Now, when we become consumed with getting even, the person who hurt us continues to control us. They control our thoughts, our emotions, our conversations, and sometimes even the way we treat other people. We may believe that revenge will bring relief, but revenge usually keeps us connected to the wound. Jesus offers something better than revenge. He offers us freedom. You see, Jesus was not weak. He confronted hypocrisy, he exposed corruption, he defended people who were being mistreated. He spoke the truth, even when powerful people hated him for it. But he never allowed hatred to control him. Even when Jesus was falsely accused, beaten, mocked, and crucified, he did not become cruel. He did not allow the behavior of his enemies to change his character one bit. And that is the strength Jesus calls us to have. You see, almost anyone can strike back when they feel angry. Real strength is remaining in control when every emotion inside of you wants revenge. Real strength is being able to say, what you did was wrong, and there may be consequences, but I will not become like you. And that's the lesson, friends. Some people misunderstand forgiveness because they think it means immediate reconciliation. It does not. Reconciliation requires truth, responsibility, repentance, and changed behavior. Forgiveness can happen in your heart, even when reconciliation is not possible. You may never receive the apology you deserve. The person who hurt you may never admit what they did. They may never understand the damage they caused. But your healing does not have to depend on their confession. You can place the matter into God's hands and begin moving forward. That does not erase the past. It keeps the past from controlling the future. You see, many families have spent years divided because no one was willing to stop retaliating. One person says something cruel, so the other person says something worse. One relative refuses to speak, so everyone chooses sides. Before long, people cannot even remember how the conflict started. Everyone believes they are justified because someone else acted first. Jesus calls us to be the person who says, "This ends with me." The insult ends with me. The bitterness ends with me. The desire to make someone suffer ends with me. That is not weakness, it's spiritual maturity. You see, the meaning of an eye for an eye was never that revenge is holy. The original law limited retaliation. Jesus then showed us how to rise above it. He taught us to pursue justice without hatred. He taught us to protect ourselves without becoming cruel. He taught us to forgive without denying the truth. So, when someone harms you, do not ask, "How can I make them feel what I felt?" Ask, "How would Jesus have me respond?" The answer may involve a boundary. It may involve a difficult conversation. It may involve walking away or allowing proper authorities to handle the situation. But it will not involve surrendering your heart to hatred. The world tells us to get even. Jesus, well, Jesus tells us to get free. And that is the lesson most people miss. Justice may address what happened to you, but only grace can keep what happened to you from taking control of you. My name is Douglas Vandergraph, and I believe in Jesus Christ. God bless every single one of you. Every single one.